Hello everyone. You have 15 minutes? I think I'm supposed to make this video. I want to talk to you about three kinds of love according to Greek mythology. And you Christians don't jump on me because I'm talking about Greek mythology, okay? The whole world is made up of knowledge, all right? So I'm just going to use some of that knowledge today to talk about three. Can you count? Three different kinds of love, all right? The first one is agape. Now, we know agape to be the love of God, which is unconditional, which is a love that most of us don't know how to do. Um, yeah. Okay, so the Greek word agape, Agape, it's an unconditional love. It's supposed to be a symbol of the love of God, the unconditional love of God, meaning that God loves us unconditionally. If you think about unconditionally, it means that you don't have to do anything to get this kind of love. You don't have to do anything to get this kind of love. So that's agape. All right. The next one is eros. That's Eros. And that's a romantic love. In the Greek mythology or in the Greek study, it's like a sexual chemistry. You know, sometimes you meet people and you say, "Ooh, we had chemistry." You know, "Ooh, they," I'm attracted to their chemistry. And so people say that. But it's like a sexual chemistry, it's a desire, it's a lust, it's an intimacy of physical acts, touching, and sex. Usually it's short lived and it's unstable. It's infatuation. I know you have heard of infatuation, meaning that some people become infatuated with people like there's just it's almost like you're under a spell. It's like they're glamorized and you are drawn to the glamour. But it's short-lived. And infatuation can also turn violent. If someone is infatuated with you, for some reason, they can feel like they own you or you belong to them or you're supposed to be with them. I know when I was in, church memberships, there were women in the church that used to come to me and say, "Oh, pray for so and so to want me and to marry me." And, some of these men were married already, but they felt like the Spirit of God told them that that was their husband and that they were married to the wrong man. Now, I've also had men come to me saying this as well. And I had to point blank tell them, I'm not going to pray for God to break up a marriage so you can have the man or the woman. That's witchcraft. That's stupid. That's immoral. That's crazy. That's delusional. And I'm not delusional. You are. And of course they get mad at me or whatever. They didn't get the guy either or the woman. So anyway, so Plato, I know you know who Plato is, and he wrote, "Who loves the beautiful is called a lover because he partakes of it." So whoever loves the beautiful is a partaker of the beautiful. So that is describing physical lust, physical desire. You see something that's beautiful, you love it, you lust for it, you desire for it, and you partake of it. Now, that's from the Greek word eros, which is Eros, and it's a romantic love. And the Greeks viewed eros as a dangerous love. Now, we just talked about that because you can be infatuated with someone and it can turn violent. And the Greeks viewed philia or philios was viewed as the ideal love, and I'm going to tell you why. Because that's the next one. The next one is philia, is Philia, or philios, Philos, and that's a brotherly love. In the Greek history, This kind of love was about showing loyalty. It was about showing sacrifice, appreciation, nobility, and other forms of love not involving sex. Okay? Not involving sex. And Aristotle, I know some of you know who that is. Aristotle, I got 15 minutes. Go look it up. Aristotle says a person can feel philios or phileos towards someone for one of three reasons: their utility, their pleasantness. I guess utility meaning like, you like this person because they are hardworking, they're helpful, they are, you like their energy, they're good for you, they're a good person to be around. Or their pleasantness, they could be a pleasant personality, a person with a pleasant personality. And their goodness, they're a good person. Aristotle also theorized that one must feel love for themselves before they could love others. Did he know the Bible? I'm sure he did. It's an affection, you must feel affection for yourself, or feel a loyalty towards yourself before you can feel it towards someone else. Okay. So, Plato, going back to Plato, he theorized that the best philia blossoms out of eros. Okay. So we know that a philia is like a brotherly love, and eros is a romantic or sensual love. So if you allow eros to blossom from philia or phileo love, that's the best kind of love, because you become brothers or sisters, or brother and sister. You become brothers and sisters. You become friends, in other words, out of philia kind of love. The philia kind of love, you become friends first, and that friendship can turn into eros. It can turn into a romantic love or a sexual love, intimate love, which is kind of like couples who consider their spouses as their best friend. Okay, so I learned something there studying this. Let's see, I got 5 minutes. Okay, there is another type of love that kind of falls into the same kind of category as philia, depending on how you look at it, and it's called storge, or storge. Storge is like a family bond. It's instinctive. It's an instinctive bond, such as the love bond between parent and child, which is related to phileo or phileos. Agape, unconditional love, is a universal love. It's sometimes referred to as charity, uh, altruism, self love. The idea of agape love is what we don't even have to know the person to help the person, to cooperate with them, to do good deeds towards them. When you have or show the agape love, you don't even have to know the person to help them. They don't have to be a part of your family or a part of your group for you to help them. You just help them because it's the right thing to do. So, that's the end of my little love lesson. And this is taken from Greek studies. Some of the Greek poets, Greek writers I used was Plato and Aristotle. And I really like this teaching on love because I think it's truth. I think it's what we should be studying, before we get married, before we get into relationships with people. We need to understand what love is. Because right now, I think a lot of us are living in some type of delusion, and we need to come out. Love you. Thank you for listening.